We are entertaining people, we keep you entertained. When it is showtime, Screen Time is that number one entertaining show for you. On this show, you enjoy exclusive interviews, top 5 countdown, celebrity of the week, and new movie release updates. I am Iremufe Koforola, the man clothed in wealth and strength. As you already know, I am not always alone, for it is not right for a king to be without a queen. So let me do the honors by allowing the queen herself to, do the introduction.
I am so excited to be on the program
Yeah.
this evening. Thank you so much for joining us on Screen Time on ConsumerHalla TV. Just in case you haven't followed us across all our social media platforms, please do so: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, X at ConsumerHalla TV, and on YouTube, where it is absolutely free for you to subscribe at ConsumerHalla TV, where you can watch all our news program and also all our beautiful, informative and entertaining program on ConsumerHalla TV. Trust me, you're going to enjoy yourself. Well, it is now time for Screen Time, and on Screen Time we do a fun, like it's about to go down in the studio. I am Kabelo Ajibola. Thank you so much for joining us once again for this beautiful program.
Interesting one out there, I must say, and anytime Screen Time, I know it's show time.
Yeah,
it is that time
excited.
to get relaxed, and Nigeria already. We all face the hustling and the bustling,
Oh my
sometimes the
God.
traffic and all that, but you just have to be entertained as well. So today on the show, we shall explore the world of storytelling through cinematography. Cinematography goes beyond adding color and life to motions. It is about adding details to a film, video, or any artistic work.
Which is it's very, very true actually. Being a cinematographer is not a beans. It's a very what will I say? It's a very
technical and creative
mental
profession.
job. Yeah, it is a very, very good job. Cinematography is purely telling stories through camera, lighting, movement, and composition. It is the art of bringing a story to life, conveying the right emotion, and setting the right atmosphere, which is it's through the atmosphere of the movie, through the coloring, through the composition. That's where you're going to get most of the messaging. It's not just by the actors and actresses saying what you want them to say. If you don't feel the mood, there is nothing to the story actually.
I love that. If you don't feel the mood, there's nothing to the story, because no matter how the actors convey the emotions as well,
Yeah.
the right atmosphere also has to be created with
Exactly.
the lens
Exactly.
and all. So we enjoy watching TV shows, films, and musical videos because of the tantalizing images. Everybody just,
Oh my
sometimes
God.
when you see these images, how fascinating they are, you just want to watch them. I don't know if there's ever been any point whereby you were so gripped by any video you saw.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly. Yeah, I think it was a T.J. Amori musical video. T.J. Amori is amazing. Like, I don't know how he does it. I think he did it for Sheyi Vibes. I can't really remember the song. I think it is Mommy, that's the sound of the, so I can't remember the song, but that particular music video is one of the most beautiful music video I've seen, like, till date. It's a very amazing one. And even with the movies, we could see a lot of movies that I can remember, a lot of Nigerian films, a lot of foreign movies, Korean, Indian films that have beautiful cinematography that you'll be like, oh, this is a very beautiful one. Sometimes, you know me, I watch more cinematography than sometimes even the story itself. I may even watch it, I will see what they are doing behind the camera. It may not be behind the scene, but I really want to feel exactly what the camera person is feeling at that moment to capture that particular image for us. So it is a very, very beautiful one, and it's very true that some tantalizing images are what captures our heart the most, and that's what makes us want to see a particular movie. It's not just about seeing somebody talk, and it's get boring seeing somebody talk. It's about what else they are feeding you in the movie.
Yeah, interesting one out there. And I know Kike is always fascinated by amazing. And over the years, I believe Nollywood has evolved, and not just Nollywood, across the continent. Images, the way we tell stories through pictures, motion, and everything has really.
I mean, Buka on the
evolved.
Street is a very Battle on Buka Street is a very beautiful cinematography. There's a very beautiful cinematography. To Kill a Monkey, fantastic.
Yes.
The first image of To Kill a Monkey, the opening scene of To Kill a Monkey, I said it to you before. I was watching that movie in my house in the night, and when I watched it, the sound, everything, I said, no, it cannot be me. I'm not going to go through this traumatizing thing this night. And I had to come to the office the next day because it's not because of just the sound, it's because of what the cinematographer was showing me. So I had to take a pause and say, no, that's not it. And even this particular movie that Temi Otedola was in, I can't remember.
Citation?
Not Citation.
Miss Coin.
Miss Coin. The first opening scene, I'm like, nah. It's not me. I'm not going to do it. So cinematographers, SFX artists, makeup artists, they are doing amazingly well in Nigeria as of this moment, and I can't say I am not proud of them. I'm very, very proud of them.
Interesting one. And all thanks to our all thanks to our cinematographers.
What I just said,
it's really easy.
Oh my God.
But, I was just trying to all thanks to them. Unarguably across Africa, one man stands out in the world of cinematography. He's a man whose works cut across global audience with a deep passion for visual storytelling. Having earned a bachelor in motion picture medium at African Film and Drama Academy, he has told beautiful stories through his lens. And interestingly, he has been recognized by New York Times and LA Times.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board Kabelo Thathe.
I'm so excited to meet this particular person.
Yes.
When he is here, he's going to give us more introduction of himself. But
Yes.
right now,
That was just a brief introduction.
Something came up in my mind right now. Niyi Akimolayan I don't think he's a cinematographer, but he is I think he's a producer or something like that or something. He has beautiful, colorful movies. I don't know how that man does it. I'm waiting for Colors of Fire.
Yes.
The one with Uzo Arukwe, Osas Igodaro. Sorry.
Gabriel
Afolayan. Even the trailer itself is captivating. Like, I'm captivated already to say, oh, I really, really do want to watch this particular movie because Niyi Akimolayan plays with color a lot of time. The first time I saw it, the first time you told me, like, it has to be Niyi Akimolayan. It's the one that does that. Like, because that is just what it is, and he does it really, really well. Look at The Earth. The Earth is a very beautiful movie. The cinematography. It wasn't like a crazy, but it depicted what exactly you would want to see in a movie that talks about insurgency in the aspect of kidnapping, ransom, and every other thing. It depicted it not because of the words that the actors were saying that were convincing. It was because of the kind of cinematography, the atmosphere, the location, how it is being shot, the angles, and everything. That was what made that movie come to life. And if you haven't seen The Herd, oh my God, you need to see The Herd. We were privileged to see The Herd at the movie premiere, and if you haven't seen that particular video, it's up on our YouTube channel. You can actually see a very beautiful one. Daniel Etim Efyong killed that story. I can't even say more than that.
All right, it's time to bring to you our guest. Enjoy. Let's have some fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the man of the moment, the man who has always blown us away with his cinematography. He's no other person than Kabelo Thathe. I hope I got that right.
You nailed it.
Oh, I'm blushing.
Because
that was why I just said to lay so much emphasis on this and all that. And I believe this is going to be a very wonderful moment for all of us.
I believe so too.
And I hope you enjoy yourself too.
I believe so too.
So I'll first want to say Alpha.
Alpha, I did now.
Because I don't like to be so sure you really blended into the Nigerian setting and all that. So before we begin, I would want to know, because I'm so fascinated by people's names, and sometimes I just want to know the meaning of their names. So I just want to know, what Kabelo means.
It means a gift from God.
Oh, interesting. Indeed, you are truly a gift from God.
I received.
Yeah, that's interesting. A gift from God. So it makes the name more interesting to call whenever it's home. You know the meaning.
So you understand the meaning.
So you call it with more passion.
Of course. Of course.
And interestingly, you are a big cinematographer across the globe. You are one of the biggest names out there, and your projects have, they've streamed across different platforms
Right.
and all that. But we would want to know who the man Kabelo Thathe is and how your
Right.
journey as a cinematographer, how it all began.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long story in its own, but I'll try to cut it as short as I can. So obviously, I never really wanted to be in the film industry.
Wow.
I find that a lot of us in the film industry actually it was never our first.
Oh, yeah,
first
yeah,
option.
yeah, that's
Because as
true.
black people, it was never.
Black
Yeah.
people.
Like, you know, it was
yeah,
never our
that's
industry.
it.
You know, your parents want you to be a doctor.
Doctor,
Yeah.
a lawyer,
Yeah.
something
Go
like
make
that.
get a real job. You know, so it was never my first option in terms of a career path. I actually at some point wanted to be a marine biologist. I know, right? I mean, black boy in water. Imagine that. But yeah. So to cut a long story short, I grew up, born and bred in Johannesburg, South
Oh,
Africa.
Johannesburg, yeah.
That's where I'm from. That's where my parents are from. That's where my family's from. And then after, so I did my primary school in Johannesburg. I did my high school in Johannesburg.
Okay.
And then my matric year, which is my final year of high school, my dad gave me an opportunity to go to the States and finish my final year in the States. So, I did my final year in Minnesota, Eden Prairie, Minnesota in the States. And it just opened up my world to, you know, what the world has to offer. I think sometimes we get stuck in our little boxes.
Yeah,
Because
that's
we don't
true.
get to, if we don't have the opportunity to go out and explore the world, you get stuck in your own little box.
Yeah.
So, like I'm saying, filmmaking was never my thing, or was never the thing that I wanted to pursue. But I always loved films. You know, I was always the kid with posters
Sort of-
on my wall. So my mom used to drive my mom crazy because she's like,
What are
"You're
you
gonna
doing?
leave
You're a
marks,
man.
you're
What
gonna
are you
leave
doing?
marks on the
Exactly.
wall and whatever." So I've always been fascinated with films and just the escapism that comes with films, you know. So after I came back from doing my final year in the States, I just got interested in sort of the world and what it has to offer and the different stories and the different people that you have to your access that you can, you know, meet. And then funny enough, I decided, let me try this film thing. And everyone always wants to be a director, you know, when they start film, because directing feels like the most glamorous, position. But I always actually knew when I figured out that I wanted to do film that I wanted to be a cinematographer, because again, like having posters on my wall, I always loved the visual side of things.
I do love the visual
and
side
pictures, and you know, I'm the kind of person who I can't read something and get to understand it, but if I see it and
Just
I
like
see the
me.
picture,
Just like him.
I'm a visual person. So if
Yeah.
you show it to me and I see it, I'll get
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
as opposed to reading it. You know, my wife is a big reader, and we're total opposites. Where I prefer to see visuals. And
I like
and
your
that's-
wife.
Yeah, she's a reader. She's a hectic reader. And then obviously I did film school. I came out. I started my film journey roughly doing sort of documentaries, reality shows,
Okay.
and stuff like that. And then I knew that I wanted to sort of, you know, jump to the next level, which is also very tough for black filmmakers, I think, in general around the world, but also in South Africa, breaking into sort of the bigger budget shoots, your commercials, your feature films, your series, you know, and getting that buy-in, because, you know, you always need someone to trust you and believe in you in the film industry to give you that chance. So yeah, worked hard and, you know, managed to meet some interesting people in my life who brought value into my life, and then broke into the film industry, and the rest is history, I guess.
That's so sweet.
You know, So
Interesting
it's
one.
been-
I mean,
that's my journey, cutting it short, but obviously it's got
very
lots of
sweet.
details.
interesting. And I don't know, Kike, would you want to ask you anything before
Yeah, I actually do want to ask
Yes.
you a particular question.
Yeah.
You know, it is. I enjoyed the story.
Yeah.
I feel like you're a very good storyteller.
Yeah.
So that's why maybe your cinematography really actually. You shoot your visual from a form of you already reading those scripts
Right.
and understanding them. So you
Right,
put
right,
it
right.
exactly. Like I said earlier on, the movie is not just about the actors convincing of us with the words of their mouth.
Right.
It depends on the mood. You're shooting the movie, the
Right,
atmosphere,
right,
everything.
yes.
So you telling that story, I could understand why he is a professional. cinematographer. It was very smooth. There was no, I wanted to be a cinematographer from when I was a little child. It's like a very realistic story of, my mom is like, you want to be an actress? Are you serious? So it's not always like that. And being a black African, there's always a form of limitation for us. And like you said earlier, I think we get too comfortable in our comfort zone.
Right.
We don't always want to think out of the box because our parents already limit us.
Right.
So breaking of that is a very beautiful thing. So, but what exactly was that first drive for you to start cinematography? I know you said you traveled out.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, to be honest with you, I think having very understanding parents, I think I have to sort of give, you know, credit to my parents because, again, coming from a black family where your parents sort of, because our parents went through a struggle, especially in South Africa, you went through a struggle, apartheid. So for them, this filmmaking thing seems a little bit luxurious. It's like it's a luxury. It's like it's not going to pay the bills. It's not a real job, you know. So I think it was for me having parents that sort of understood that this is what I wanted to do, and as reluctant as they may have been at the time, they also sort of took that leap of faith with me, and they were like, "Okay, go. If it's what makes you happy, go." And I think that's what sort of helped, you know, get my drive into the film industry. Also, it's just having parents that understood me and understood their kid. I was a very naughty child, very outspoken, so the film industry and the creative space just tends to be where we feel at ease. No one's gonna think we're that crazy. No one's gonna think no one's gonna think we are that crazy because we're in the film industry. Because I mean, everyone's crazy in the film industry, right? Everyone is.
You have to be crazy.
A very complex being. They're not your black and white. You know, we in the gray and all the other colors of the spectrum. So I think just my parents giving me that go ahead, gave me that, you know, go and chase your dreams.
Enjoy yourself.
And
let's
enjoy
see where it
yourself,
goes. If it doesn't work out, come back to God.
Then if you don't come back, then you know.
Come and do the
So gracious of them.
But I mean, luckily it turned out, it worked out, and you know, and I'm very grateful for it turning out, because I mean, I also understand that a lot of people in the creative space want to chase their dreams, but either don't have the resources or are not given that opportunity at that time, because like I said, sometimes it just takes one person to believe in you and then give you that chance for you to show the world what you have to offer. So yeah, I mean, I don't take it for granted that I'm a black person in this industry at this level of the game, because it's a tough one. So
that's true. That's true.
I mean, I'm blown away by all that, and I think it's high time parents started realizing that sometimes they just have to support their children to realize their dreams. It's very important. And you made mention of the fact that you have the support, you have the passion, and all of that. So I would want to ask for you, as a cinematographer, who has passion for storytelling, is it all about the skill, the passion, or the money? What is the biggest drive for you at this point?
And let's not be naive about it, because money will always play a factor in anything. Right?
Thank you.
Because even if you find your passion, what you hope is that you can find something passionate that will generate money for you. Because then it makes it a lot easier.
A lot easier.
But
a lot worth it.
know, and so I think it'd be naive as filmmakers and creatives to always go around and be like, oh, it's just my passion. It's just what I love to do.
Why are you deceiving?
We know you love what you do. And
Yeah.
that's great. But we also wanted to generate a certain amount of finance so that it can also help you live a better life, help you contribute to your family's better life. Financial responsibility.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, and I think once you get to the point where you can generate money, it becomes a really great thing, because it's really nice to wake up in the morning to go do something you enjoy, you know, as opposed to, I know a lot of people who work 9 to 5s and just hate their job. They're like, I must now wake up and go talk to this boss who wants this paper and this, I must dress informal. So luckily for us, I mean, as a creative, it's you get to go do something you enjoy. And to be honest with you, if you can get paid substantial money for your craft,
To be more enjoyable.
that it's really it adds the cherry on the top.
Yeah.
But by no means, I don't think any creative should be just working out there for their passion. I think your passion should generate some sort of financial
It should just be a
security.
motivation.
I mean, that is just a master
because also
class, yeah.
like we need money to survive on this
That's
one.
the truth.
We'd be naive to
To say it's just my passion.
you have to go do your
Ghana,
hair. You have to go
exactly.
for lunch.
Ex-
You have to go get your two
Oh my
piece. You have to
God.
cut your hair. You must be able to do these things. And if you have
that's
something
true.
that can afford you that,
Achievement.
and you know,
Interesting, because
Oh my God.
many times people talk about passion, chasing in passion, but the money too. Just have to ensure that while pursuing your passion, you are able to, make money
Exactly.
from it. And also, you tell stories through the lens,
Right, right.
and that is very beautiful. So I
Right.
want to know, what kind of stories do you find fascinating to tell?
Oh.
What kind of stories do you love telling?
So I'm not like, I mean, I'll tell any kind of story, but I would also tell any story that's really genuine and that resonates with someone. I'm a big fan of stories that are based on true stories. That's just me, because I love seeing what someone went through in life. It's fascinating for me, that someone actually went through this. So I'm a big fan of like, films that are based on true stories. But also, I find it that's why when my relationship with my director and whoever wrote the script is very important to me, because I need to be able to sit down with someone, and your story only becomes important to me how you articulate it to me. Because everyone's story is important, right?
Yeah.
My story is important. Your story is important. Your story is important. And everyone's story is important. So there is no, oh, well, I would like to tell your story because I think yours is more important than her. No. For me, it's about how you articulate your story for me and how you sell it to me and make me understand why it's great. That's why even with ideas, there's no such thing as a bad idea. It's just that you always meet people who don't get your idea. And then you'll think it's not a bad idea, but it's not a bad idea. That's an opinionated thing. It's like, you're allowed to think that my story is not as cool. But that's why it's important when you have a vision, that your vision is very important to you. So that when you're selling it to people, you already are convinced that this is a brilliant story and that the world needs to hear the story. So I'm very open in the sense of I'm a filmmaker's filmmaker. Like, I want to make your film. If you believe in your film, so let me sit down with you. And if you get me going about your film, by the time we're done talking, listen, I'm in. I will shoot your film.
That
So,
is
yeah.
on point. Like,
Yeah.
I really like the way you actually put all your words, because it's very understanding it's very beautiful actually to see somebody that really do understand their craft and understand that although I am a cinematographer, there are some stories that just are easy for me to, tell through my lens because I resonate with those stories.
Right.
And I think that is where we kind of swayed a little bit in the past with telling our stories as
Right.
Africans. We wanted to be more of the Westerners than ourselves.
True.
So right now, I think
Yeah.
we are selling our story, and we realize that our story is selling better than who we were trying to
Exactly.
emulate or something like
Right.
that. So, but those are the challenges that you faced at work. One of the challenge that I
Right.
would say is a challenge. What other challenges do cinematographers face on sets?
Wow. Wow. Listen, as a cinematographer, unfortunately, it's not a challenge for me, but it's something that I think every cinematographer needs to understand, is that great films are not made by great cinematographers. Great films are not made by great directors. Great films are not made by the great sound. Great films are made by a holistic effort,
Yeah.
right? So it takes good direction, it takes good location, it takes good art department, it takes good cinematography. It takes us all as a team to understand the vision, and we align at what we're trying to achieve,
Exactly.
right? Because that's what makes a great film. A great film is something that when an audience member watches it, they can escape just from seeing a certain visual that's accompanied with a certain sound, that's accompanied with a certain performance. So I think, one thing that I had to come to understand as growing into the career, well, not a challenge, but more of a, listen, you need to understand that you're not the only person making the film. So we're all making this film. And if we all bring our A game, then we will make a great film. But in terms of the practicality things on sets, that as all DOPs, you know, challenges is, I mean, we're always chasing light. Time is very important for a cinematographer. I need to shoot a certain shot when the sun is over there. If we're not shooting it at that time, it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's gone. They say the Lord, he giveth, and then he take it right away. So, yeah, I mean, and I think just, chasing the sun, money is always a big deal. And I see it all because I've worked with sort of, you know, with companies on either side of the spectrum. You know, I've worked with a Hollywood studio that has all the money in the world. That makes the process a lot easier for you. I've worked with, you know, other productions that don't have so much money. So a lot of the time when you don't have the budget, you know, because filmmaking is a very expensive process. Unfortunately, that's what it is. You know, yes, it takes you to be a bit more smart in how you do things, but generally it's an expensive medium. You know what I mean? It requires money. I'm trying to sometimes, you know, trying to make, I say in the hip hop terms, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. You know what I mean? Trying to make something really great and beautiful with limited resources is always a challenge, especially for, you know, industries that are not Hollywood and not the UK or whatever. So that's probably one of the biggest ones. And then, I mean,
that is very nice, and I love that response to that. Before we go on this break, let me ask you this question, because you spoke about money and you spoke about you working in the Hollywood scene. You're being recognized across, like, globally. Working with Disney, Netflix, and every other person, how does it impact your kind of stories, the kind of stories you tell?
I think, I mean, it'll never impact the kind of stories I tell. Like I said, I'm a cinematographer, I'm a filmmaker. So I always make sure that I'm able to add the value that I need to add as a cinematographer, no matter the budget or whatever. You need to, and I think if you think you cannot add value to something, you're better off not doing it, because then you're not going to give your all. And I think people deserve your all if you decide to take something. But what it has showed me is that there is this other side of the industry that people don't know, that does have a lot of money, that does have an endless budget, you know. So from when I work with Disney or when I work with Westbrook, the budgets are, I mean, out of this world. You wouldn't even believe it, you know. They really allow you or give you the resources to be as creative and as you want, whereas other industries, it's more about how can we make this happen with this, how can we make this work, as opposed to what works for the story. So those are two different things, right? You know, and both can come out on top. It's great, but just that one process seems to be a lot more
stressful. I wanted to
one is a lot more stressful than the other one.
I wanted to just say that, like, how do you try to put yourself in that particular box of, okay, this is what I have and I have to make it work?
It is what it is, and I think when you decide to do a project, like I said, you've made that decision. So now nothing can surprise you. Like, I mean, I always say to people, I love filmmaking in Nigeria because it's not easy.
Please.
Listen, filmmaking in Nigeria is not easy. If you can make a really good film in Nigeria, listen, you can go make,
and we have a lot of beautiful works in this country. Honestly.
So, like, if you can, I mean, like, it's such a tough ecosystem, film ecosystem in Nigeria. But you are still surrounded by people who are passionate, who work hard. You know, the hours are crazy, obviously. But I mean, like I'm saying, but if you can make it here, I think you can make it anywhere, because it's really tough. It's tough making films in Nigeria.
That was a
I'm sure you guys know.
We know, actually. We know, and I'm actually enjoying myself. I don't know what you guys are actually doing right now, but I am enjoying myself. But right now, we need to go on a short break, and when we get back, we'll continue right into the discussion. Alright guys, welcome back from that short break. This is still Screen Time on ConsumerHalla TV. Thank you so much for watching the program this evening. And in case you haven't followed us across all our social media platforms, it is time for you to do so on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and especially on YouTube at ConsumerHalla TV, where you can get to watch all our beautiful live broadcasts. And we still have our guest here in the studio, giving us beautiful conversations here and there, and we'll continue right into where we left off our discussion before we went on the short break.
Yeah, interesting one out there, and I must really say, I mean, it's really fun having you on the show, and not just fun, it has been an insightful and educative moment out there. So thank you so much for that. And you got recently nominated.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Right.
would you want to talk about your nomination? Because I know you've gotten a lot of global recognition before now. So, I mean,
Right. Are you referring to the Emmy nomination?
yes,
Oh, yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. What about it? What was
Yeah,
the last-
how do you feel about it? I mean, you being recognized for what you do.
I mean, listen, it's always an honor getting recognized by your fellow fellow creatives out there, and fellow people that in the creative space. Obviously, the Emmy nomination was a big deal. Obviously, because it's the Emmys, the Emmys are a big deal. So I mean, it was great. It was an honor, again, to be put on that global stage and represent not just myself, but also I think it represents Africa and what Africa has to offer. So, yeah, it was quite an honor.
Interesting one out there, and I can't wait for more global recognition, because I personally am a big fan of your works, and you've shot different movies. We've seen To Kill a Monkey, which was, I mean, really mind blowing. I must say, via a lot of projects like that, and you've worked on it. So, what is that set experience that you never forget? Now, let's go to Kill a Monkey, because it's quite personal for us as Nigerians. I mean, that story was relatable, and she made mention of the fact. Maybe you don't want to share your experience again before you joined on the show. Now, the opening scene for To Kill a Monkey,
me,
and I saw the accolades that were coming in when for you, like people were just like praising you for what you've done with that. I mean, so how was the experience like being on that set and shooting To Kill a Monkey?
I think To Kill a Monkey was, I always say to Kemi Adetipa, who's the director and creator of the show, is that I don't think, I mean, you always go out wanting to do something that will be impactful and that will get the people going, get the people talking, but I think also when, as filmmakers, we get so stuck in our processes that we actually don't think about, the impact it will have on people. Because a lot of the time we're just stressed out about, we need to get this done, how are we going to get it done, how are we going to get our vision, across onto the screen. So, I mean, it was actually quite humbling when it first came out and we realized the reach and and the reception from the audience members, which is really great, because you wanna, I always say you can either be a filmmaker who's making films for filmmakers, or you can be a filmmaker who's making films for the audience.
For the audience.
And that, I think To Kill a Monkey was
For the
film
audience.
for the audience. 100%. I agree with you.
Kemi Adetipa, shout out to her. It was actually our first time working together.
Wow.
So, and it won't be the last, because now we've developed a really close relationship with her and her husband and her brother Remy, who was the producer. But I mean, working on To Kill a Monkey, and it's, I'm not even going to downplay it. It was actually quite a difficult shoot for us to do. There was a lot to do. There's a lot to do, and again, so many moving parts that you always want to make sure that it lands, accordingly to the audience. And again, like I said, making films in Nigeria is its own beast in its own. So with all that being said, you know, it was quite a challenging experience, but in the same breath, a very fulfilling one. You know, I think when you come out at the other end, and you realize that your hard work paid off, then it all makes it make sense.
Yeah.
So it was quite a
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And in talking about the opening scene of To Kill a Monkey, I love horror movie. You know, it's funny how people say I love horror movie, but you can't stand watching an horror movie. The opening scene of To Kill a Monkey was quite catchy.
Right.
With the sound, the music,
right,
cinematography, the angles and everything. And I remembered, we've been waiting for that movie because I don't know if he said it before to you. He's the biggest fan like that I know of Kemi Adetiba. He loves Kemi Adetiba. So I can remember we were doing our postgraduate then, you know, when we knew that To Kill a Monkey was coming, like far back at probably 2022 or 2023. I can't remember. So he was like, Kike, Kemi Adetiba is bringing a movie, and we are both movie lovers. I'm like, oh, she's bringing a movie. Oh, okay. And then we were waiting for the movie, and then the movie dropped, and it was the first one to come to the office. I was like, Kike, yeah, she has dropped the movie. Why have you not seen it? Why have you not seen it? In fact, he promised people gifts that if you see the movie, he was going to give you a gift. And I'm like, okay, are you doing the Lord's work? I don't understand. So
are you on the marketing team?
Exactly. I'm like, Kike, you have to watch this movie. Like, Kike, you really need to go and watch this. And I'm like, okay, please. And it would actually be on your neck if you don't watch that movie. I'm like, okay, when I get home, I watched the movie. And I can remember I was on my bed. I got back from work that particular day. He told me to watch the movie. I think it was the second day it dropped or something. Then I clicked it. And the first time I heard the sound. Oh, I'm like, what? This can never be me. I halved it and I could see the mask. I'm like, what is this? I just clicked the pause, closed my laptop, and I'm like, I have to watch this movie where everybody else, because if I watch that movie that particular day, I'm going to, if I have, and I don't sleep with my light on, I can't sleep. If I have my light, I'm going to probably see my fan standing tall like a human. I'm like, no, it cannot be me. And that is the job of a cinematographer. Like, that was the feeling I got from them. I felt really scared.
The emotion.
The emotions were there. Like, it wasn't about the acting anymore. It was about what I was seeing. And I'm somebody that I don't just watch the actor is saying. I watch everything. I want to see why they had to shoot the movie in this particular way.
Pay attention to details.
I actually pay attention to it. So that's why if I watch a movie, they know me. I probably backward, like I reverse the movie. Like I'm like I think I saw something, they made a mistake. But I'm always that kind of person. So imagine me watching that movie. I said, nope, it is not me today. You are not going to get me today. And I came to the office the second day. I don't like watching a movie at a stretch. I like, but that movie, the 8th episode, I watched it at a go. Like, at a go. I finished, and it was beautiful. A very beautiful work. And you saying that it was a movie that was really, really received well by the audience. I feel like it's just because it's our story. Like, it's the Nigerian story as of this moment. Like, everybody understand the fact that Yahoo Yahoo is a thing, but them taking it to that extreme was what we did not see coming. Like, we didn't expect it to be that good.
And it was well layered.
Even
the cinematography,
everything. Beautiful. So the movie, for me, one of the best.
Nice. So let's get a bit more personal here. Personal in the sense that, okay, you have a family, you have a career, you have your life, you have so many things. And I know you are, let's say, more of a gym person. I see. I mean, when I saw you, I was like, I wish my muscles were like. I mean, so how do you strike a balance with all of these things? Because you travel a whole lot.
I do.
Like you said earlier, because of our conversation off camera, like Nigeria is like your second home. And you know, so how do you try to strike a balance with all of these things?
I think, you know, and balance is very important. I think, you know, balancing work life, family life, and then personal life, you know, because I think sometimes we get stuck. You get stuck doing one more than the other. You know, you're so consumed by your work and how big you want to become in your work that you neglect yourself or you neglect your loved ones, you know. So I think, you know, so the balance is very important. And I think how I've managed to do that is that I learned to understand what is the most important thing to me. So I always say this, and filmmakers sometimes, you know, shout at me for saying this. Whereas I realized that filmmaking is not the most important thing in my life. I used to think it was. I used to think all I want to do is film and be the best. And I realized I'm like, well, that's not the most important thing for me. So my family is the most important thing for me, my wife and my daughter. and the time I spend with them, that's the most important thing for me. And also because what I do also helps me provide for my family. You know, so I never wanted to make, I've sort of pulled back on making film hold such an important weight in my life. I mean, it's important to me and I enjoy it, and don't get me wrong, but I always say to people, there's no production that's more important than my family, you know. So like now I'm here for pre-production on a project. If something had to happen at home, I'd be on the first flight out because I'd need to go sort of my family
comes first.
You know, so I think, so I think it's just finding that balance, man, and finding what's really important to you, and understanding that, you know, filmmaking is filmmaking. It'll always be there, whether without me or not.
Yeah.
You know, unlike my family, without me, it might be a different story.
Yeah, it would actually be a different story.
You know, if I don't have my family, that's a different story. So, and also my family is the one that helps me. It gives me peace. When I'm stressed out at work, they you know, going home to them calms me down. So I think I've put things in the order. So it's like God, family, film, and fitness, or fitness and whatever, you know.
That's really, really nice. Let me ask this question, because I want to ask this question. I really do. It's not every time you get to see somebody that's not Nigerian.
Yes.
Can I ask you, what is your biggest cultural shock, like coming to Nigeria?
Well, listen. First of all, I'm not culturally shook of Nigeria anymore. I'm
anymore, like when you first
came. Because I'm here, I'm just like.
No, I mean when
it's such a. I feel so at home in Nigeria right now. It's such a funny place. But it's funny because I always tell people that have not been to Nigeria, I'm like, it might not be for everyone. Nigeria, it just might not be for everyone. You know, it's just because Nigeria comes with its own energy, its own nuances, its own aura, its own vibe, its own. And if you don't come to Nigeria and sort of open yourself up to Nigeria, I think it's going to be a very tough place for you to be. You know, there's a saying that says adapt or die. So either you come to Nigeria and you adapt, or you die. Or you die.
Nigeria is go home or go home.
Exactly. So, I mean, I've learned. So if you come into Nigeria for the first time, I believe that Nigeria as a whole will be a culture shock.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's so different. It's so different from where we come from in South Africa and whatnot.
Wow.
But you start to realize also that within that culture shock, once you acclimatize, Nigeria becomes in a very easy place to miss. So like when you leave Nigeria,
oh my God.
You know, when you leave Nigeria can drive you nuts. Like Wahala Day. You know what I mean? Right?
I think we need to give him a Nigerian name.
Yeah.
So Nigeria can drive you mad and test you and humble you.
Humble you. That's
and humble
the word.
you real quick. But once you leave Nigeria, it's such a very missable place. I think you miss the energy, you miss the vibe.
So
There's definitely it's got its own electricity that runs through it. And we're not talking about NEPA.
Really? Yeah. Oh wow.
Do you eat Sabala? Or
I have. I eat egusi.
You've tried amala before?
I've tried amala before.
You've tried any Igbo food?
I wouldn't know what the difference is, but I've done like a banga soup.
Oh, that's Igbo.
Yeah, a banga soup.
Yeah. Oha? Have you tried oha before? Well, you don't know.
No, I don't know. Okay. I love puff puff because also at home we've got puff puff.
Oh yeah, but maybe
ours
is different.
Ours is bigger.
We don't have bigger puff puff, but the one that we have more common is the smaller.
It's the small one, yeah. So
we do the bigger one in our house.
Yeah, we call it magwenya at home.
Magwenya. Oh, okay. Do you like jollof? Nigerian jollof?
I mean, I love jollof. I mean, how can you not? How can you not eat jollof?
Have you tried the party jollof rice? Not the one you buy in restaurant though. It's different though.
Is it different?
It is. It's very different.
I mean, because of water, you just have to go anyway.
I'll go try it.
Yeah, don't worry.
You have to try.
You have to go to an Owambe party.
And I'm thinking of the Yoruba name we give you.
I think I already have one.
Okay.
Make it nice, please.
Nice.
God gave your name in English is God's gift.
Yeah.
Maybe just give it to Yoruba name. Ebunoluwa.
Ebunoluwa.
That means God's gift.
But I feel like it looks like a Yemi. Akinyemi or something like that.
I'll take it.
Alright.
Do you know what Adeyemi means?
No.
the crown befits me.
I will definitely take that
Yeah.
one.
You see,
Interesting.
I'm very good at that.
All right, you just have to go because of our time,
Yeah.
and it has been a beautiful moment right here. If I could just turn back the end of time,
I
I
would.
think the clock will not even tick.
It
It will just
wouldn't.
be static and we'll just be here. But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember engaging you, and you're so warm
Aw.
and so friendly to engage.
Right.
And thank you so much. I'm so
No
happy
worries.
to see you, and should be told, I'm one of your biggest fans. I
Thank
see
you.
what you do.
Yes.
Thank you, thank
And
you.
I'll always believe in that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank
And
you.
maybe in future, who knows, we might be working together.
Right.
I hope I can pay the
Friends.
bill. All right.
Hopefully you guys invite me back.
Yeah,
would actually.
definitely.
We would
I mean,
definitely.
this is your second home, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's go on a quick before because we go on other segments of the show. Go nowhere.
My favorite.
My name is Kabelo Thathe. For everything consumer, keep watching ConsumerHalla TV.
Welcome back, and in case you are just joining us, you are watching Screen Time, and that was a mind-blowing moment, or will I say a masterclass with the one and only Kabelo Thathe.
Thathe.
I mean, he did justice to that, and I wish you could just go on. I mean, in case you missed that segment of this show, I mean, you need to play back and watch.
You have
I
to.
mean, if you're an aspiring cinematographer, you just have to learn from that man. He's really loaded.
He's really loaded.
And I'm glad that he said Nigeria is now his second
Second
home.
home.
Oh, fantastic. Anyway, moving away from that, I mean, maybe I sounded too formal with that. Anyway, Screen Time, we are not moving away from anything. Still on the show. This show is in different segments, and this moment is what that segment that I love, apart from the interview session, because the interview session is always, mind-blowing. But this session is specially made for me because I know how to do top 5 countdown. Some people, they just love doing some movie release updates.
Wow, some
we
movie
don't
release
except
updates.
for some movies,
Can I see a cancel Remofe in the comment section? Cancel him.
who are they
Cancel
canceling?
him.
Me.
Cancel him, because you saying some movie release update, that is the juicy part of the program.
When I know Mr. Kabelo, when I know Kemi Adetiba, when I know,
You
should
know
I
Kemi
continue?
Adetiba.
Kemi Adetiba knows me.
She doesn't know you. Okay, she will know you, but we both know Mr. Kabelo.
Anyway,
What are you saying?
So top 5 countdown. Looking at amazing cinematographers in Nigeria that have blown us away with their, amazing works.
Yeah.
These guys have eyes for storytelling. Their works are visually appealing, and we just want to see more of their works every now and then. Coming on number 5 spot today is one man I love so much. I've met him. We've met him.
Yeah.
He's not that person that Adekunle Nodash Adejuigbe. He's a leading cinematographer whose works are visually appealing. His works include The Tribunal, Isoken, Journey to Serve, Mokalik, The Bridge.
Ooh.
At O2 Academy, he was one of the jury
Yes,
there,
yeah.
and he's a great man.
Great man, and we had great conversations then.
Yeah,
Very beautiful one.
So his works, I've seen his works, I've seen Isoken, I've seen The Tribunal, Journey to Serve. Beautiful and appealing cinematography.
That's a very beautiful one right there. And now moving on to the number 4 on the list is Barnabas Emerdi, the graduate of mathematics. Imagine, is one of the leading cinematographers in Nigeria. I think he's using calculation to calculate the lens.
Composition,
exactly,
the lighting, and
everything needs calculation. So he is the graduate of mathematics. Now one of the household name for cinematographers in the country. His notable works include Lisa B. Ooh, The Uprising. Wow. When Love Strikes, Ashwebi Diaries, in 2005, Radio Voice. Very beautiful one.
Very beautiful one. And these projects are some are cinematic projects. and he has done quite well. Barnabas Hemodi is a big name when it comes to cinematographers in Nigeria. Kudos to you. And coming on number 3 spot is no other person than Adoluwa Owu. He is known as Captain Dexy. He is a Nigerian film director and cinematographer. His notable projects include Crossroads, pardon me.
So you don't want to cross over. Right now in his mind, we're in December, we're crossing over.
I mean, I can't wait.
Ending of the year already, right?
Yeah, Crossroads.
2025.
You can't wait. Crossroads, Jagum. My Village People, introducing the Kujus.
Oh my God,
Shanty
crazy
Town,
movie.
Far From Home, and This Lady Called Life.
Very amazing movie. I love this lady
if I
called
can
Life.
just be a cinematographer for just 2 of these projects, I mean, I've blown.
Yeah.
Because these are big projects that we can never forget in a
Far
hurry.
From Home.
Introducing the Kujus.
Introducing the Kujus. This Lady Called Life.
As in Jagun.
Jagun.
Oh my. Adoluwa. You are a man, sorry.
Kudos to you. It doesn't mean anything. Men deserve love,
I mean,
actually.
yeah.
Now let's move away from that now to our number 2 sport right here. Ola Kadoso. He's a cinematographer and music video director. His projects include Slum King, Breath of Life, amazing movie, God Calling, beautiful one, and Before 30.
Amazing one, Breath of Life. I mean, apart from the storyline, faith-based movie, but the picture quality was awesome.
Amazing.
When it
depicts the mood, the environment, everything you need to know.
Ola Kadoso, well done.
Well
In fact,
done.
everybody on this list, they deserve, I mean, some respect. So, coming on number 1 spot is a man that has done so well when it comes to cinematography in Nigeria. He is John Dem. He is a global influence whose works cut across Hollywood and Nollywood. It's not easy, man.
Not easy.
With notable Nigerian projects are Everybody Loves Jennifer, The Trade, Omogeto the Saga,
Wow.
Living in Bondage, Break Free, House of Ga, and Chief Daddy.
It be like this man likes to work to become Kakindele.
As
House of
in-
Ga, Breaking, or what's it called? Everybody Loves Jennifer, Omogeto,
the Chief
Daddy.
Daddy too.
I don't understand.
I mean, big projects, and it's just interesting that he has both the influence of Hollywood and Nollywood. He has worked with Hollywood musicians over there, and doing this in Nigeria now is a big one.
Very big one.
Thumbs up, everyone. You are doing so well. We enjoy how well you tell stories through your lens.
Yeah,
well
well
done.
done. Kudos to you. Now let's move on to the most juicy part of the program, which is the celebrity release update.
Celebrity of the week.
Oh my God.
Yes, I mean, she's so happy. I know you are waiting for your movie release of this.
Celebrity of the week. Thank you so much.
I mean, who else would it have been?
Who
You know,
else?
we release on this show.
Somebody came from wherever they are. From South Africa.
He landed in Nigeria because of us.
Because of are you joking? Who else?
He's not that person than Kabelo Thathe.
Thathe.
I mean, he's a cinematographer whose work too we are so proud of.
Globally recognized.
He's globally recognized. I mean, working on To Kill a Monkey and still so many Nigerian projects that we can say. It's like those projects are breathing life.
Yeah,
I mean,
working on a new one that's going to be very, very
juicy.
interesting.
I mean, so well done, Mr. Kabelo.
Well
Thumbs up,
done.
well done. We love
and that
you.
was a very beautiful
And
one on the program. Thank you so much for
Thank you
coming.
so much.
And we can't wait to have you back here.
Yeah, definitely.
Now let's move to the most amazing part of the program. My
some people,
favorite
anyway.
part of the program. This is the movie release update segment on ConsumerHalla TV. This is on Screen Time, and this is the only place you ever get to see this one Screen Time. And I'm so
exclusive.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be the one to always talk about the most of the time, because I love movies. That's the reason why I'm a host for Screen Time on ConsumerHalla TV. Now let's start with the first one, Kabelo Thathe on Udwak Isong TV, featuring Chinonso Arubayi. Oh my God,
pretty.
we were opportune to meet her for the movie premiere of The Urge, and I now understand why they call her one of the most beautiful ladies in Nollywood. Fantastic
and so
lady.
humble.
Very humble, so fine, so soft spoken. Kudos to you. And this particular movie, you know that she's gonna kill it. And the person that we also saw at the same movie premiere was the other male cast, which is Eyina Onwigwe.
Yeah,
I love Eyina. Very beautiful story right there. It's a village story. I think it's very, it's going to give you a nostalgic feeling. Just amazing. And the movie that we are talking about, the movie of the season, the movie breaking the record.
Drum roll!
Love in every word too. Oh my God, I'm on your bully. Your flowers. They have to remove address for you.
She owns the garden anyway.
Like, oh my God, she's such.
And I love the fact that the part 2 is more interesting than the part 1.
Exactly, the part 2 has more depth, more storyline, more things to learn.
It's well layered.
Yeah, it's well layered. It opens your face to culture and everything. Very amazing one. And for a YouTube production,
talking about cinematography too, nice cinematography.
For a YouTube production, the Owambe party was given because it was a YouTube.
Even see the premiere, right?
Exactly. Bear in mind, it's a YouTube production. Before you say, oh, it's rich now. Why is the wedding not in it all? It's a YouTube production. How much do you want them to spend?
Besides, not all weddings.
Thank you very much. Yeah. You might be rich, but you don't want a big wedding. And the wedding was big for that standard of a production. And bear in mind, that money they spent on that production is not a small money at all. So trust me. So Love in Every Word 2 on the Money Oboli TV on YouTube, obviously featuring Bam Bam, Uzo Arukwe, Osareme Inebinabo. Oh, Mama G, sorry. Very beautiful woman, and she killed it. Osareme Ifi, oh my gosh, she's such a dramatic friend. And we have Thelma Chukwuwere. Do you know what's funny is that this woman really killed that particular role. Yeah, so very amazing one. We have another one here on Mercy Johnson Okoji TV on YouTube. Fire Between Us. When you're watching.
Please, I don't want fire between...
Mercy. I don't know what's going on with Mercy's writer. She just giving fire. There's no peace for the wicked.
Violence. Fire for fire.
Violence. There's nothing peaceful about Mercy Okoji's Mercy Johnson's storyline. Very chaotic storyline, but always beautiful at the end of the day, which stars my favorite Bimbo Ademoye and Mercy Johnson Okoji herself. She's always almost in all the production. I mean, when you're a good actress yourself, why waste money calling other people to come and act your movie, as long as you give us what we want. For another one we have here on Uche Montana TV on YouTube, which is The Other Woman.
Yeah,
this one is spicy. Right now, he must not end there. He must continue.
Give us part
2. That movie deserves a part 2, Uche Montana, because if you don't give that part 2, I'm going to look for you. I will look for you. So we have it. Stars. This ones carry a lot of beautiful heavyweight champion cast, William Benson, which is the star of To Kill a Monkey. Efemini in To Kill a Monkey. Shafi Bello,
Pretty Mama.
Very beautiful. Uche Montana, very beautiful. This storyline is gonna give you a lot of.
And I think couples we learn from.
Yeah, you will learn from this one. Sometimes it's not just all about love; it's about receiving. Very beautiful storyline, actually. Now on Biodun Stephen TV, we have The Grey Knight. Chineye, Inebe, what's going on? Madam leading on. Madam confusion. I don't know. This movie was annoying. It was sweet. It was bittersweet. It was.
Of everything.
I want to go into the TV to smack Ray, to smack Chineye. It was just an annoying film, but it was a beautiful storyline. 100/10. Like I'm telling you, 100/10. This one has the likes of Ray Adeka, Chineye Nebe, Michael Ejo, Biodun Stephen herself. So go watch that. Recently dropped now. We have a Liquid Cash on Kadiri 247 TV. Got a beautiful soul right there. Very amazing woman. We had the opportunity to meet her also recently, and she was so sweet, so soft spoken. Starring Antin David Jefta. We have Linia Nesoro, very beautiful woman. Frances Uwabunike, Prisma James, also beautiful. Francis, beautiful. Kwesi Blay, this particular one, I think we spoke more about our social vibes that we have currently, how corrupt the police force is, how corrupt the people are, every other thing, and how good we have some police forces. So it's a very beautiful watch. If you haven't seen any of these movies, go watch them. We have a lot of stories right now going on that are just coming into Nigeria, that are not necessarily Nigerian film. There's an Indian movie that I would like to recommend for everybody. It's named Sayara. The movie, I've been anticipating it since the beginning of the year. I got to watch it recently, almost 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I have to talk about this movie. In case you haven't watched this particular movie, I think it's going to draw you back to the old way of the Indian movie that we know. Sayara. It's an Indian movie, a very beautiful one. If you know that you are very emotional, I'm going to say 7 out of 10 people are going to be crying like a baby while watching this movie, and the other 3 are just God's favorites. Because in the office, I don't know if you remember us watching this particular movie in the office. I and Jade watched this particular movie upstairs, and we were crying like a baby. This movie is like an emotional. It gives you an emotional roller coaster. And then I played it for 2 other girls in the office, and they also were bawling. Like, it's a lot of emotions right there. So if you want a movie that's going to give you all those nostalgia feeling, go and watch Sayara. Trust me. You would tell me, Kike, thank you for watching. Oh, you're going to tell me, Kike, why do you do that to me? You're wicked. So this movie, you really, really don't need to watch it. Those are the movies we have for this week. And if you haven't seen The Earth, go and watch The Earth. It's still showing in the cinema, and it tackles
fantastic story.
A very important conversation that we are going through, important situation we're going through in the country. You have to go. If you haven't seen Ginger also, very beautiful one, beautiful women, Bisola, Ayola, Kiki, you know. We have Wumi Toriola, WT, World Best, and we have Bolaji Ogumola. Those 4 women, they pulled resources together. So please go watch Ginger in the cinema. It is still showing. Trust me, you're going to enjoy yourself. Imagine these 4 women. Are you joking?
Star Packed also. Collaborations like,
and then they are killing it.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Kike, for all these movies. And you can, in case you think there was one movie you would have wanted us to, mention, but we did not mention, you can go to the comment section and, tell us what the movie is. Or you think our top 5 countdown, there was one cinematographer you would have loved to see there. I mean, it doesn't mean that we do not rate their works.
It's just that they kind of fit in top 5 now.
Yeah, everybody is a winner in that sense. All right, like I said earlier on, that when it is show time, screen time gives you that show that you need.
Period.
But I mean, we just have to go because of our time. And
running.
It has been a beautiful show today, I must say. But you know one thing, it is never old, because you can come back to this video and still watch. And do not be selfish, share to your friend, comment, like our video, and if you have not followed on any social media platform, that will be her at ConsumerHalla TV. I mean, do it to follow on Facebook, on X, on Instagram, on TikTok, you definitely see
subscription is free on YouTube also.
So, till we grace your screen the next edition, my name remains the one and only. We are never two. Iremufe Koforola, the man clothed in strength and wealth.
And Kike Ajibola, thank you so much for joining the program this evening. Bye bye. Till we come your way next time.